Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This episode is brought to you by National Geographic, presenting its new documentary film, Endurance. Follow the greatest survival story ever told, unpacking the legendary feat of polar explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton, who kept his crew alive for over a year, despite losing their ship in frigid pack ice. Over a century later, a team of modern-day explorers set out to find the sunken ship. Endurance, now streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
1, 2, 3, 4. Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
Fun time,
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
And I am the other one of your hosts, Honey Bee.
Honey Bee, this is our 300th episode.
Beow, 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 beow.
That includes all of our episodes, not just our regular ones, but our Halloween ones, our Christmas, Thanksgiving specials, any bonus episodes.
Wow.
According to the little counter on our website, this will be our 300th episode.
Holy balls.
And that website is mmftg.com, by the way. You can find links to all our things there. And if you like our show, please rate and review and like and subscribe and all that stuff. And think about supporting our Patreon. Also, the day we're recording this is Godzilla Day.
Hey!
November 3rd.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Gojira.
Yes.
70 years ago, on November 3rd, is when Gojira was released. So it'll be a week after that when this is actually when this episode is released. But happy belated Godzilla Day to all our listeners. They in the US they were going to re-release Godzilla -1 in the theaters again, I think today.
Yeah.
I don't know what the run, if it was going to be for a week or just a couple days, but there you go. Of course, you can watch it on Netflix and stuff. But today's movie on this auspicious day of days is from the goddamn Asylum. Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus from 2010. It is the second in the Mega Shark saga. Series. Atrocities.
Atrocities is probably the word you're looking for.
Oh, Judas Priest. So yeah, just a year later, they put out a sequel. The budget was $100,000. The box office, $500,543.
Whoa.
It says box office. Does that mean it got a limited actual release in a theater? I don't.
Sure.
Normally these things just go direct to video or direct to the Sci-Fi Channel or a little bit of both. Good God. Let's see. Directed by Christopher Douglas Olin Ray. Written by Micho Rutari and Naomi Selfman. And it's 90 minutes long, which is 90 minutes too much. And the cast: Jaleel White, attempting to break out of his Family Matters typecasting as Lieutenant Terry McCormick in the U.S. Navy, who for some reason wears army camouflage
Wah, wah.
at one point in the movie. Jerry Stretch as Nigel Putnam, a bounty hunter. Sarah Leaving as FBI Special Agent Hutchinson. Robert Picardo as Admiral Calvin, commander of the U.S. Navy. Gerald Webb as Gene. Dylan Vox as Chief Warrant Officer Butowski. Hannah Cowley as Leggett, rich businesswoman who hires Putnam to take out the Crocosaurus. Oh, God, that was the high heel lady, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Michael Gaglio. We'll talk about her in a minute. Michael Gaglio as Captain Smalls. Jessica Irvine as USS Omaha Captain. Stephen Mason as Investigator. Neil Watson as Investigator 2. Robert R. Schaefer as Charlie Ross. Darren Cooper as Commander Vale. Luke Knoll as Hobo Rogers McFreely? I don't remember that at all. Joey David Garcia as teenager. Claire Scott as teenager. Clem Hansen as teenager. And Sean Gillespie as background actor? Was there only one background actor in this movie?
Yep. They just switched his face every now and then.
Yep, changing hats.
Yeah.
Honeybee, initial thoughts on Mega Shark
Oy
versus
vey.
Crocosaurus?
Okay, well, I feel like there are some movies that don't make sense and you can, like, still enjoy. And a perfect example of this is if you listen to last week's episode, we did the remake of Clash of the Titans. And a lot of shit in that movie doesn't make sense. But it's still enjoyable. It's still fun. The CGI is good. This movie, however, is one of those movies where kind of nothing makes sense, and that sucks.
Yeah. Nothing makes sense. Everybody's an asshole.
Yeah. Ugh, it was a rough one for sure.
And Honeybee, are you familiar with Robert Picardo at all? The Admiral. So he's most well known for being the Doctor on Star Trek Voyager.
Oh.
And he's just called the Doctor because he's an emergency hologram program.
Oh shit.
He's not. So I'm not going to go into a whole Voyager thing, but in the first episode of Voyager, they get flung over to the clear other end of the galaxy, and their doctor dies as part of the, there's lots of shit going on, and, the ship is being damaged and stuff's blowing up, and the doctor dies. And so somebody activates the emergency hologram program. And because they're clear on the other end of the galaxy, and it's going to take them like 70 to 90 years to get home, they can't just get a new doctor. So they're stuck with this emergency hologram program as their only doctor. And he can't even really leave the sick bay. So he eventually becomes, because they're using him constantly, he begins to develop a personality. And I mean, he's an AI-based hologram because he has to be able to, analyze your wounds and stuff. But he ends up becoming more of an actual person because he's only meant to be used as an emergency. And he's their fucking full-time doctor. Anyway, he's a good actor. He's good on that show. I've always enjoyed him. He's doing his best in this movie, but it's just a stupid, stupid movie.
What year was he a hologram doctor? Like, when was that about?
Oh, let me check. I mean, it was before this. This is, post Star Trek career, taking whatever job. that you can get. Let me just check that real quick. Star Trek Voyager was 95 to 2001. So this is like 9 years after Voyager. So, he was on the Wonder Years. He's a member of the Planetary Society's board of directors. Let's see, what is the most recent thing? Oh, he's going to be in something called Werewolf Game, which is to be announced. Buttons, A Christmas Tale in 2018.
Buttons.
Oh, he was in that new Fletch movie 2 years ago. Confess Fletch, the one with John Hamm. Anyway, I'm not going to get on a tangent about Fletch. Fletch is a series of detective novels. Chevy Chase made 2 of them back in the 80s, and then two movie adaptations of the novels in the 80s. And then a couple years ago, they rebooted it or whatever. Made a new adaptation with John Hamm. I'm trying to delay talking about this damn movie.
Yeah, anyway, back to this piece of shit.
What? To promote the film, this is from Wikipedia, folks. To promote the film, the Asylum participated in a competition to make the next Dorito commercial for Super Bowl 55? 65? I don't know. In a commercial, the Megalodon attacks a naval fleet while Captain Smalls asks if anything will satisfy its hunger. Then he hears a crunch and sees the janitor eating a bag of Doritos, and then the helicopter carries a giant Dorito chip over the ocean. The Megalodon jumps up and eats it. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that was probably better than this movie, honestly.
Yeah. Jesus. All right, let's get into the plot here. I've got a summary from Wikipedia, but thank you, Wikipedia. But I think I'm going to have to fill in some gaps here. Deep in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, an illegal diamond mining operation awakens a giant 1,500 foot or 460 meters prehistoric crocodile. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic Ocean, the U.S. Navy warship USS Gibson is attacked and sunk by the megalodon that ended up surviving suffocation by the octopus in the first film.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means. It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop Black Friday week starting November 21st.
Oh, man.
Lieutenant Terry McCormick, who was experimenting with a sonic sharp repelling device, is the sole survivor of the attack. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Jaleel White is McCormick, and he studies sharks, and he's working on some kind of sonar thing to either attract them or repel them. Mm-hmm. I can't remember, or maybe it's supposed to do both, or maybe he's just fucking with it to see what it does. I don't remember. He has an argument with his captain about, but I got to do this thing, and he's like, stop doing that thing. We got to do something else. And he's got a hot girlfriend.
For a whole minute.
Yeah. I don't know how inappropriate this relationship is. I don't know what their relative ranks are. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. But she dies in the shark attack.
She gets quote unquote bitten. Like, I don't understand like her death, because obviously there's no way she could have gotten bitten, but when he's like holding her, he's like, he literally says, "The shark bites." Like, what? Who wrote this script?
It did look more like she just got wounded by falling stuff as the ship got. I mean, it's still the shark's fault. But, well, he's laying there cradling her. Somebody tries to drag him away. And he ends up being the only one. But at some point, he's speculating on whether or not it was his fault because of the experiments that he was doing, that the shark attacked, whether his stuff attracted the shark to the ship and caused it. And I'm like, are you saying did I do that?
Oh no.
I just because he's trying to get away from the Urkel role, and here he is causing disasters and speculating on whether or not he did that.
Oh my
like
God.
this role's not as far away from Urkel as you thought, son.
No.
Back in the Democratic Republic of Congo, an English hunter named Nigel Putnam, which is a very English name, is hired by a representative of the mining company, the rich businesswoman Leggett. This lady, oh God,
We'll call her High Heels.
Yeah, she's a dumbass who is supposed to be kind of comic relief or something, because she's shown up in the Congo wearing her business outfit, her semi-sexy business outfit of black high heels and a black dress and all of that. And she's got glasses, and I'm like, oh, geez, is this going to be his love interest? Is he going to have to drag her all through the jungle? And at some point she's going to take off her glasses and all that shit. Nope, we don't make it that far.
Thank God.
Because they travel to the site of the attack. However, the crocodile devours Leggett whole, but he successfully captures the giant crocodile when it attempts to eat him. But he injects his tranquilizer darts into its mouth. When it attempts to eat him, but he injects his tranquilizer darts into its mouth. Anyway, the croc just totally chomps her, and I was like, oh, that wasn't going where I thought it was going at all.
Yeah, it's so
Which
funny
is good,
because
I guess.
Yeah, it definitely was the best choice, but she sees like a regular sized crocodile, I guess. And so she like trips and slips into like just her foot, like her high heel slips into like the swampy area, and she's like, like frustrated, and she turns around and I guess sees like a normal sized crocodile. So she's like, nice crocodile, and she's backing up into the swamp that we cannot see this ginormous crocodile in, who just lifts his head. She's like standing on his nose, and he like bucks her up and then like chomps her. And oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. Like a cheese puff. Like yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And also the CGI for this movie is like complete shit. It's just so fucking bad. So the crocodile just like looks really fucking bad. But I was grateful for this moment of, oh, thank God, because this lady was a little bit unbearable right out of the gate.
Right. And I don't know if that was so we would be happy that she got eaten, but just so, she's supposed to be a rich, successful businesswoman. Yeah, but she's such a complete dumbass.
She's running an illegal mining company, and then she tries to justify it by saying, well, don't worry, we pay our workers really well. It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you pay your workers so well, then why at the beginning of the movie is the guy trying to hide the quote-unquote diamond that he found to quote-unquote feed his family? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
which is why you need to pay. You need to pay your diamond miners well, because you need to pay all your workers well, but you don't want them stealing diamonds, so you need to pay them well enough that they're not going to steal diamonds.
Yeah. So then when the crocodile
they were slaves. Those people were.
Yeah, they were.
Those people were slaves. Yes. They were being forced to work at gunpoint because the guy was like, "Keep working." Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, slavery is not whether or not you get paid; it's whether or not you can quit. If you are not able to quit, you are a slave.
Consent. But also, when the crocodile eats the dude, or attempts to eat the dude, I'm like, how does this guy, first of all, survive this, and second of all, have enough tranquilizer on him, around him, to... How big is the crocodile? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how the
Yeah, he's
fuck
armed for
do you
normal-sized
have-
crocodiles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how? And the crocodile is, like, knocked out for a while. Like, long enough for us to transport him somewhere.
Yeah. Oof. And so he tranquilizes it and then has the crocodile delivered to a shipping yard for his friends to load onto a cargo ship. Because he's an idiot. And Jesus, and his friends, one of his friends comes back. Did you see the post-credit scene?
Oh, I don't think I did.
It's we'll get to it, but it's
I was so over this movie by the time it ended. I was like,
yeah.
okay, and we're done.
well, it kept playing it. It didn't try to play the next thing. So, on Tubi or wherever the fuck I was watching it.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why I saw it. In Los Angeles, California, McCormick is being interrogated by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Special Agent Hutchinson. I didn't know that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration had special agents, but it does.
Well, now you do.
Yeah. So, but she's questioning him about the USS Gibson incident. He feels responsible for the sinking, suggesting that I do that his sonic device lured in the megalodon. Because of this, he offers to help Hutchinson hunt down the megalodon with his invention. Does he offer, or does she offer him a job? She tells him.
Yeah, she basically is like, "Hey, this is what's going on." Yeah, what the fuck?
You're part of my special task force, and the pay is nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Sorry that everyone you know and love just died on that ship, but also, here's a job you're not getting paid for. She is.
Yeah,
she kind of looked familiar to me too. I don't know who she is.
I don't know. I think she's been in these kind of things. The thing is, I'm sure there's, you see this every now and then. Somebody works for one government agency, but they're on detached assignment to some, or attached or whatever assignment to some other agency. People don't just not get paid for working. If you send somebody from the Navy to go consult with the Army or whatever, they're still going to get paid. And in this case, he's just being sent from one Navy ship to another Navy ship. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be getting paid to do this. It's ridiculous. Anyway, meanwhile, a cargo ship is carrying the tranquilized crocodile on the Atlantic Ocean 400 miles south of Florida. It is revealed that the ship is also carrying the crocodile's eggs. Why? When? Why? It's just suddenly they're there.
The fuck?
It does.
Yeah, suddenly they're there, and like the like white guy is like, all she's doing is saving her eggs. Like, bitch. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
she's just trying to protect her eggs.
Trapped. She's been trapped underground for millions of years, and she's got eggs. Why? Who fertilized these eggs? How long have they been? Have they just been laying dormant, but now they're gonna hatch? This is so fucking stupid. Then, without warning, the ship is attacked by the megalodon, waking up the crocodile from its sleep. Putnam and his partner Gene jump overboard before the ship is destroyed in the ensuing battle. Yeah, Gene's the friend, where there's a whole thing about, hey, I need you to help me with this deal. He's like, I'm not helping you with this deal. The last deal went bad. And he's like, oh, come on. You want to do it? Here, have a beer. All right, fine, I'll do it. And, they fucking jump overboard. Aboard the aircraft carrier USS Lexington, McCormick is introduced to Admiral Calvin, who will not stop playing with his expensive cigar throughout the movie. Who informs him that his elite crew has only one objective: to hunt down and destroy the megalodon. So he does this bit at the beginning with one of his subordinates about, you see this cigar? This is a whatever, the most expensive cigar in the world. And I'm going to smoke this cigar when we kill that megalodon.
When we kill that darn shark.
I know this is a minor thing, but it was bugging the shit out of me. Really expensive cigars like that. will often come in a little tube to protect it because they're in fact, even not that expensive cigars will come in a tube. If it's so expensive that you only have one, not a whole box of them, you've only got one, then it's going to be in a tube to prevent it from what happens later in the movie from happening. And you don't just fiddle with that cigar for hours and hours. It will start to fall apart, even if it... I don't smoke cigars regularly, but I've dealt with them as props before. And if you try and keep using the same cigar for too long, it's going to fall apart. You're going to need another one.
Yeah,
and
some actors just don't need a prop because it takes away, like they can't not fiddle with it. And point and case.
McCormick is given a room aboard the carrier and the most advanced tracking equipment. Hutchin is sent to a remote island to meet and interrogate Putnam, who had just washed up ashore following the cargo ship incident. Hutchinson is shocked when Putnam informs her of the crocodile he captured, as her team was only aware of the megalodon. You goddamn idiot. But this whole thing is the fault of these two clowns, of Putnam and McCormick. She then has him handcuffed and brought back to the carrier. Once there, the crew discovers the appearance of eggs on another island. Somehow, Admiral Calvin assigns McCormick to accompany Hutchinson and Putnam and capture an egg. These three spend a lot of time in that helicopter.
No goddamn sense.
They spent so much time in that helicopter. I think it was just, hey, we have access to a helicopter. By golly, we're going to use it. You guys sit there in that cabin. Only one of you wear the headset, though.
Yeah, and you can all hear each other just fine. You don't have to pretend like the helicopter's loud. We'll put a very small helicopter sound in the background. You guys can just talk to each other like normal.
Yeah, the reason you wear those headsets in the helicopter is, I mean, the pilot's going to wear it to maybe communicate with the ground, but you wear those to communicate with each other because the helicopter of that size, it tends to be really loud and you can't hear each other unless you've got earphones with a microphone on them so that you're not yelling all the time. But I guess they could afford a helicopter, but not 3 pairs of headphones.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. Let's see. Calvin assigns McCormick to accompany Hutchinson, Putnam to capture an egg. Upon arriving on the island, they discover that the eggs are laid by the shoreline and are about to hatch. When the fin of the megalodon is seen nearby, Hutchinson orders the Lexington to launch a missile strike on the island.
Like you do.
As the team leaves the island, the megalodon swallows the eggs, angering the crocodile, while a squadron of F-18 Hornets fires their missiles at a cave holding more eggs. As the crocodile invades Miami and heads towards Orlando, McCormick suggests using an arc flash powered by the nearby Turkey Point Nuclear Generating Station, which apparently is a real place because it's got a link on Wikipedia, to ward it off. Okay. This part to me was just so weird about an arc flash. They don't explain what an arc flash is, how they're going to do it. They just pull this out of their ass. Let's do an arc flash, and that surely will repel the thing. Because, with kaiju, light, sound, whatever, it either attracts or repels depending on whatever you need it to do at the moment. The gamble works as the arc flash sends the crocodile back into the sea. Back aboard the Lexington, Putnam suggests dissecting a crocodile egg to find its vulnerable factors. I mean, it's a crocodile. What do you...
Also, isn't there something like a crocodile wouldn't be able to be in salt water, or isn't is that?
I think there are some freshwater crocodiles and some saltwater crocodiles. I think.
Okay.
Most are freshwater. There might be some that live near the shore that can deal with salt water, but they're normally, yeah, you're right. They're normally in rivers and lakes and things, and not
like swampy area.
Yeah, I don't want to say they're never in salt water, but that is pretty rare. So, yeah, I think you found a fatal flaw in this whole movie.
Yeah.
That the Crocosaurus, when it swims out to the ocean, would go, "Ooh, I don't like this. I'm going.
Fuck them kids."
This is too salty for me. I'm going back on shore. I mean, they don't. The thing is, they're lizards. They don't have. They lay a whole shit ton of eggs because a bunch of them are not going to make it, and they don't nurture their young like mammals do. So I don't believe this whole, "Oh no, my eggs." That's not how lizards tend to behave. They tend to lay them in the sand and go away, I think. Like,
Good luck,
I'm
y'all.
I'm not a crocodilianologist. Herpetologist. I believe herpetologist is the right term.
Yes.
I could be wrong. Maybe crocodiles are loving parents. Who knows? Probably
I don't know.
varies. Okay, where was I?
Sorry.
Does dissecting the crocodile egg to find its vulnerable factors. The team is informed that one egg is aboard the submarine USNS Invincible and that two are being transported by Black Hawk helicopters. Why? I don't know why. They also discover that the megalodon is attracted to the eggs. Duh! As it has devoured the Invincible and the Black Hawks, transporting them. I know sharks can smell like blood in the water for quite a long distance, but this one is smelling eggs up in the air and inside of a submarine.
It is a very big shark.
Much.
It has a very big nose.
Yeah. As no cage or trap is big enough to capture both creatures, Putnam suggests luring both the megalodon and the crocodile into the Panama Canal, much to McCormick's disapproval. I'm not sure why. There's times when they're just arguing just to argue because they're just a couple of assholes who don't like each other. Mm-hmm. Oh, they had some history. I forgot about this. When they meet, they're like, how's your girlfriend? She's dead, motherfucker. And actually, I don't think anybody tells him. Don't bring up my girlfriend. She died.
She's just dead, motherfucker.
He just like, yeah, how's your girlfriend? And he's like, I don't think they ever really explain it, do they?
No. Oh, unfortunately.
They had some history of conflict, which may or may not have had something to do with the woman, or
definitely had something to do with the woman. 100%.
Yeah. Thankfully. Well, no, that's not right. I was going to say neither of them tries to put the moves on a special agent, but that's not true. Putnam makes inappropriate remarks to her, doesn't he?
Oh, God.
Do you remember? Isn't he kind of like, hey, you're a hottie?
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I mean, I feel like it's like a borderline thing. Like maybe he's like kind of flirty in a aggressive way.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is there against his...
Yeah.
He is there against his will, but he's also an idiot and an asshole. Mm-hmm. But at some point, I think he suggests they should hook up later. Thankfully, they do not.
Unlike the first movie, where we got that nice little closet scene.
Yeah. The submarine USS Argonaut is sent to the wreckage of the cargo ship to retrieve some crocodile eggs. Why? Just the retrieval mission is a success, and the eggs are dropped in the Panama Canal. Oh, that's why, to lure both the things. Instinctively, both the megalodon and the crocodile arrive at the canal. Okay, so they were in Florida. Now they're all the way down in Panama. I think didn't the last movie have this problem that the things were just moving all over the whole planet just way too quickly. Nobody who writes these movies has any idea how big Earth is and how long it takes to get from A to B.
No big Earth, only big shark.
Yeah. They arrive at the canal where they battle each other while being attacked by the Navy. The fight causes a tidal wave that destroys the entire Panama Canal as both creatures continue to bite each other. We were using that. We need that canal, damn it. It turns out that the crocodile has adapted itself to lay more eggs during the time the megalodon devoured the earlier batches. Also, these movies never understand how evolution works. That evolution takes generations, and you can't just adapt on the fly like that. Especially if you've just been laying dormant. You've been laying dormant for billions of years.
Also, don't you
and
need
as soon as you get
another partner to? I mean, maybe not every animal, but I'm pretty sure crocodiles. There's got to be a mommy and a daddy, no matter how nurturing they are.
You have to fertilize those eggs. If she's just laying eggs and nothing's fertilizing them, they're just gonna lay there for the
for omelets.
The shark to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Hundreds more eggs have been laid all over the American coastline and are hatching, while crocodile hatchlings are attacking the Santa Monica Pier. The nuclear submarine USS Carter is in pursuit of the two giant creatures, which are heading towards Hawaii. What? The Carter fires a nuclear torpedo at the creatures, but misses. Jesus. And is swallowed by the megalodon. That's right. I forgot this.
Bye.
It swallows an entire fucking submarine. No, it doesn't. That's just, it's going to die if it swallows an entire submarine. And why didn't they just fire more missiles once they were inside of him? This results in the megalodon becoming an even bigger threat, as it now has a nuclear reactor inside of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked that part of it.
Right. I just don't believe that it. I mean, you try swallowing a metal tube that's about half your size.
With a nuclear reactor in it.
Right. It's going to kill you right away. You're not just going to be walking around with a bomb inside of you. You're going to die.
Yeah. I did kind of like the idea of it, though. I'm like, oh, shit, that's kind of cool.
As the crocodile invades Hawaii, it causes the helicopter carrying McCormick, Putnam, and Hutchinson to crash. This is when I noticed that McCormick was wearing green camouflage. He has a Navy outfit in the beginning of the movie. But when they're on the beach running around with guns and shit, he's wearing an army green camouflage. And I'm like, what the fuck, guys?
Oopsie. You thought no one would notice, but here we are talking about you to the whole world. Boo, you guys, boo.
He's been on ships and submarines and stuff. They're not even going to have that laying around. It's not like, I got to change clothes. This is all you've got? No. It's like, he's got a gun now. He's got to be wearing army fatigues. Wearing camouflage on the beach. As the crocodile invades Hawaii, it caused the helicopter to crash. While Hutchinson unconscious, McCormick and Putnam leave her and take a raft to drop McCormick's sonic emitter in the sea as part of their new plan to lure all the creatures together near an undersea volcanic range. Jesus. The sonic emitter lures the adults who fight each other, and the crocodile hatchlings come to assist their mother. Hold on, Mom, we're coming.
Don't touch
McCormick
my
and
mom.
Putnam. Yeah. McCormick and Putnam are then picked up by Hutchinson, who has recovered and reactivated her helicopter. Even though it crashed, it's perfectly fine. The volcano explodes and detonates the nuclear core in the shark, the combined force killing both the adults and hatchlings. That's what you think. The trio fly home while the crocodile and shark, now completely charred and still latched on to one another, sink into the volcano.
Which I feel like was kind of a good, what is the word? Ode to the first movie. You know how they like sank together, all wrapped into each other?
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
Yeah. Okay, here, Jesus Christ. After the credits, Nigel meets up with Gene on a beach and mentions, God damn you, a giant lizard in Japan. He asks him if he's up for it, and his partner says, on one condition, no more boats. They shake hands and head off on another adventure, which is how the other movie ended, only it wasn't a post-credit thing.
Yeah, I was just at the end of the movie.
The other one ended with, hey, there's another thing happening.
We're all friends. Let's go fight kaiju together.
There's going to be another one of these
movies,
at least.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they're going to try and convince us it's the same mega shark. Yeah, because at the beginning of this one, he's like, they never found the body. That mega shark's not dead. He's trying to part of his whole experiment is he doesn't think the mega shark is dead. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what are you talking about? They killed that thing. And he's like, they never found the body.
Oh,
like it's a goddamn soap opera. There's 2 more of these, plus it appears in the 25th anniversary movie, whatever that thing was called. 2025 Armageddon, that's the thing. It'll appear in that one. Jesus Christ. That was a long summary of this piece of shit movie. There's a lot of detail, which I guess I appreciate.
What's the next thing that Mega Shark's gonna fight?
Mecha Shark. So I'm actually maybe slightly looking forward to that. I do
Even
like
though
a mecha.
we could probably tell you the premise right now because we've seen enough of these to know what's gonna happen.
I'm guessing that some dumbass is gonna think the only way to beat a mega shark is with a mecha shark.
Yep, 1,000%. Yep.
And then there's Mega Shark versus Colossus. And then a whole bunch of these appear in 2025 Armageddon. Armageddon out of here. Oh, Judas Priest. Honeybee, what are you going to rate this movie?
I don't know. I feel like it should be like, okay, I really liked the first one. Okay, I won't say really liked, but I did like the first one. Like, I feel like going into the first one, I was kind of expecting this movie, and I thought the first one was better. It was still a bad movie. They're both shit, but they're kind of supposed to be, right? Like, they're Asylum films, they're like B films. So I feel like for the shit movie that it is, like, it's fine, but I did like the first one better. So I don't know, like a 2, I guess. I didn't necessarily like it, but I'll say that it is fun. Like, I do enjoy watching them because they're so bad that it's just like, it's funny and it is entertaining in a way, but not necessarily in the way you want to be entertained, I guess. I don't know. I really do think the first one was better than this one. I enjoyed it more. So, and I don't even remember what I rated that one. I think it was a 3. So I guess I'm going to give this one like a 2, maybe.
Okay. I'm giving it a 1. I hated it. Hated it. Hated everybody in it. Much as I like Robert Picardo, his character was also an asshole. Everybody in it is an absolute asshole. Mm-hmm. Except maybe people. A couple of the lower ranked sailors were just doing their job, but everybody else was an asshole.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is definitely a 1.
Just absolutely no sense of teamwork or camaraderie or anything. Just constant bickering and disagreement and try to make me like your characters. Some people have the idea that because there has to be conflict for there to be a story, that the characters have to constantly be in conflict with each other. Mm-hmm. And that really depends on what kind of story you're telling. The conflict is with the monsters. The characters should be cooperating a little bit more.
Yeah, on the same side.
They can, you can still have some kind of a disagreement in the scene, but to just have everybody act like an asshole all the time is just not good. It's not good. Jesus. And I feel like a lot of these movies are like that. And I think there's also a tendency to, because a lot of them are military characters, there's a lot of orders. Everybody's kind of being a jerk because they're always giving orders and not wanting to take the orders and that kind of stuff. And I mean, I've never been in the military. I don't know how much it's actually like that or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but that's how it is in these movies. Mm. And I don't find it pleasant.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it definitely is a 1-star movie. I don't know. I'm just like, I feel I don't know, because I felt like the first one was going to suck so bad, and then I kind of enjoyed it, and I liked the characters. I liked the love story, which never happens. And so I don't know. I kind of like was a little bit more optimistic going into this movie, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is complete shit. This is the shit that I was expecting from the first one. Like, even though the first one isn't good, it's still, there are just like, it's just more enjoyable. And like how they did like the science-y montages and stuff like that. Like, I just enjoyed that. So I kind of felt like this movie was just like missing that aspect of like, yeah, like enjoying any of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I just don't like Jaleel White as well. God, he was on Dancing with the Stars a while back, and I know I watched that season, but now I cannot remember if I liked him or not. Because that, sometimes when you see a celebrity on one of these reality shows or competition shows, you get to see what they're really like, and you end up going, oh, I really like that person, or ooh, I thought I liked that person, but I do not. They're kind of an asshole. I honestly cannot remember how he came off during that show, if he came off as a likable guy or as an asshole. But I never enjoyed Family Matters. I never cared for Urkel, and I don't care for him in this part. I know I've seen something that he was in that I thought he did a good job, but it wasn't this.
I really loved Family Matters, but I think it was only because I was like 5. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really get it. It was just, he was just funny. Like, and I knew that. Yeah. So, but I don't think if I watched it now, I'm not sure, but so I really can't say whether or not I like him.
I mean, that's the level of humor that he's aimed at, is 5-year-olds.
Yeah, for sure.
I always called him the anti-Fonz. Because just like the Fonz, he was supposed to be a supporting character who was a neighbor, a secondary character who ended up taking over the show. Mm-hmm. The Fonz very much took over Happy Days, and Urkel very much took over Family Matters. He was just the neighbor that was supposed to show up. He wasn't the main part of the show, and he fucking took that show over. People loved that crap, but I did not.
Yeah, I think right. I really loved like cheese when I was a kid, and my parents would always like make the joke or like call me Urkel or like something because I like wanted cheese, and like so it was like a funny haha like family thing, I guess. I don't know, but I can't. Was that
one of his things that he liked?
Yeah. He was always like, got any cheese?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not watch this show very often. I watched it when it first came on, and then I was like, nope, this is not for me. And then, but of course you would see, it was just, you'd see commercials and clips and things, you were aware of the show, and every now and then I'd end up watching an episode for one reason or another. I don't know why. Nothing else was on. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for the day.
Happy 300th episode, everybody. Sorry it was this piece of shit.
Happy 300th episode to you, Honeybee. Thank you
for
being my partner
to you
in this. Thank you so much for doing this with me. It's been a lot of fun. It's been
it has.
Great.
I love you more than my luggage.
Okay. Thank you. I love you more than my clipboard. Is what I'm holding right now. Next week, we will be talking about Monsters from 2010. Finally, not Monster that we talked about a while ago. That was the Cloverfield ripoff. This is Monsters from 2010.
Sick.
If for some god-awful reason you want to watch Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus, it's streaming pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. I watched it on Prime.
See where. Yeah. But it's also on all the other things, I think.
Nice.
Monsters is on everything too. Peacock, Prime, Tubi, Zumo, Sling, Fandango at Home, but for free on Fandango at Home. Plex, yeah. Monsters is everywhere now. I think originally it was on Netflix, but now it's everywhere but Netflix. So, there you go, folks. Thanks for joining us. Here's to another 300 episodes.
Woo!
If you like us, like and subscribe, rate and review. Consider supporting our Patreon, patreon.com/MMFTG. Until next time, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey Bee.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.